Hello everyone and welcome back to the Warbirds tournament. I am your host Chromoid, and today we're going to be viewing episode 8, which features the T-33 Backrider and the A-20 Havoc. Let's review these contestants before we get moving here. Over here we have the T-33 Backrider by Archangelisk Engineering's very own head of engineers, Magma 8520. Putting that in there because it was actually registered under his corporation name, not his official name. So go throw that in there for him. We have a very, very colorful airplane. Single prop on the back. I'm sorry, it's a little late at night. I have trouble using English when I'm tired. 4 data blades, the longest one being on the back. On the very back of the prop there. We have 2 cannons in the front. They're not 500 mils, but they're very, very big for this tournament. See if I can get them. There we go. These are 50 mil each. That's 2 6-barreled cannons. Each barrel spews a 50 millimeter bullet. I don't know if he has mixed ammo in here or just single ammo. I do like these hydrofoils on the front though. See, he's taken precautions to make sure, and there's some on the back too, to make sure that he pops his craft out of the water again if it falls in. Hope those stick around to actually function if he actually gets in trouble and does fall into the water, because I have a feeling those two in particular are going to disappear, going to be the first things to go off this craft. But anyway, this is a very nice looking design. I think more of a futuristic or modern looking design than the last few big aesthetic crafts we've seen. There's the repair bot, some resource cubes, and there's some ammo generators in the back there. Anyway, that's about it for this one. And over here, from the Admiral of the Venus Legion himself, to Jemmer, I bring you the A-20 Havoc, equipped with, I believe, just this one cannon, but that is a massive cannon. That is 4 barrels worth of goodness right there, and they look to be close to 80 millimeters. I could be wrong. Another wheeled aircraft. I like this, and he's got a rudder. I don't know if that's just for show or if he actually intends to take this into the water at some point, or if he's planning for it to go into the water at some point. I do like when people make contingency plans on aircraft or any vehicle, you know. Rules say I'm disqualified if X happens, so I'm going to make sure if X does happen, I'm going to get out of it real quick. That's a pretty straightforward little craft. Huge fuselage. I don't know what's in here. I don't do this usually. I'm going to try to see inside. Okay, more data blades it looks like. Yeah, more data blades. Wings. Big old cannon pieces. I'm not sure how fast that's going to fire, but that is certainly a Havoc. All the guns in the front and in the nose. Big guns. And he's got a cockpit too. I love this stuff. I wanted to take most of these out and pilot them after this tournament's done. But anyway, that's our 2 contestants. Let's see who's going to win this first round. Warbirds ready? Dogfight. Right away, I'm going to go ahead and say I think these are 2 aircraft with some of the biggest guns in the entire tournament. I know Magma told me he's really looking forward to seeing how these guns perform. Oh, well, there's the A-20's guns. That was terrifying. Those are some big old tracers. I don't think the T-33 actually got anything off there. It's flying high and away. The Havoc is trying to come around behind it and let loose another volley of those terrifying quad, I'm going to call them quad 88s, because why not? They are frag rounds. So that makes even more trouble for any small aircraft because they spray apart. And the larger the caliber of that cannon is, the more frags there are and the more damage they do per frag. I believe each frag has a cap of either 5 or 10 AP. I can't remember right now. I think it's 10. But for little craft of this size, that is a big problem. See if this cannon does anything. I haven't seen it fire yet. I'm not sure if it's loaded. Magma had trouble with the getting the cannons to work on this thing. I believe the original he submitted was that one of the cannons was broken, so he had to ask me if he could repair it. Just added a gauge increase to connect all the system together, and it worked perfectly. So I'm not entirely sure that it's working as intended, though. I haven't seen it fire yet. Maybe just the angle hasn't been favorable. Certainly the A-20 has not been able to get a firing solution on it in the last few seconds here. The only thing firing is my mouth. So maybe if I shut up, the aircraft will take over from here. I think the A-20 uses some more of that ACB wizardry that we saw on the Twitchy Shooty. And these two keep getting closer and closer. I'm afraid if they do that again one more time, somebody's going to eat it. I have a head-on collision. We might have no winners, a la Mark 1 Heavy match. I keep referencing that match a lot, but a lot happened in that match. I mean, it was just a classic jack of all trades. Everything happened in it. It was a lot of fun to watch too. It's the only match in this tournament that's actually had 4 rounds in it because of a tie. There's more pieces coming off the back of the T-33 Backrider, but it seems to be doing just fine. It just cannot get around. I think its gun works. It just cannot get around in time to get a beat on that Havoc. I'm pretty sure the Havoc is using ACBs to make the propeller switch directions, which means it can pretty much swivel in place in the air, which is a very, very lethal ability to have when everyone else is restricted to turning motions like this. And I believe we're going to get to see those hydrofoils in action now. The T-33 has fallen into the ocean, yes. Now let's see if the Havoc wants to do something about that. Well, there it is. Does not seem inclined to nose down for it. Yeah, there's those hydrofoils. Seem to have worked very well for the T-33. Let's see. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Come on. Still trying to bank too hard to get a hold of that Havoc. The Havoc's turning pattern is pretty much, I think, what sunk the T-23. It kept turning tightly because it could not get around and target the Havoc. And every time it did, it sunk a little lower, and now it cannot get it back out because it's still trying to turn when it launches. If the Havoc would come straight at it, as it's launching, it could get back into the air, I think. So I'm going to give it another shot here. See. It did. It got out. Can't stay aloft now. It's also lost some drive surfaces on that prop. No, I'm sorry, Magma. I think this is it for this round. I think your craft has found itself unable to get out of the water. I mean, it's working as intended, but due to the A-20's tight turning pattern, the AI is actually playing against you. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. It looks like the T-33 has gotten itself back up out of the water. We'll let this continue. I'm sure the A-20 does not mind. It seems to enjoy putting 88 millimeters through, worth of frags through the back end of the T-33 Backrider. Although it's certainly having a difficult time doing so right now. If the T-33 hits the water again, I'm calling it. It's just not been able to pull itself out. Yep, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call this match. Otherwise, I think we're just going to watch another 10 minutes of the T-33 leapfrogging out of the water, the A-20 doing donuts around it, and then the T-33 plunging back into the water like a misbred porpoise. So that's it. Round 1 goes to the A-20 Havoc. I'll stop this recording here and come back when I have it set back up. See you in a minute. And we're back with round 2 of episode 8. The T-33 Backrider versus the A-20 Havoc. Last round, the Havoc easily mopped up the T-33 due to its insanely tight turning pattern. This time we're going to see if the T-33 can maybe get some shots off this time and upset that balance a little bit. Warbirds ready? Dogfight. And immediately the T-33, the A-20 Havoc, I mean, look at it. It's a 180-degree turn in midair. It's like a helicopter. It might as well be a helicopter for as much as it's turning. Oh, let's see. Can that... Oh, no. Why'd it go up? The T-33 decided to move up instead of plunging down to... No. T-33, you had a shot there and you missed it. Oh, boy. I think we're going to see more of what we saw last round now, guys. I was hoping that initial turn, they're 500 meters away. Maybe the T-33 could get around to where it could hit it. hit the A-20, but now the A-20 is doing what it does. It's shredding off those tail planes and control surfaces on the back. It's taking out pieces of that prop again, which seems to have been the demise of the T-33 last time because it didn't have enough power to stay aloft during its turns. Oh, no, it's doing okay now. But I'm afraid it's... yeah, there's more. If it keeps doing this, it's just not going to be able to turn around in time to get shots on that. Nope, see? The A-20 simply turns. Watch this. Watch this. Do you see how quickly it literally just... look at that. You can't see the smoke trails from up here. That's a ridiculously tight turn. And oh, there's pieces exploding off the T-33. Those 88mm frags mean business. Let me tell you, that is a terrifying gun. Very evocative of the actual Havoc's weaponry, although there were more guns and they were spread across the nose. I believe. No, there were four or six guns, all fitted in the nose, all 50 cal machine guns. So I guess he's emulating that pretty well. Oh, clean shot into the back half of the fuselage of the T-33, and it's going down. I think this might be it. The T-33 may have, again, taken too much damage. It's not able to keep itself aloft now during these turns. It was doing it earlier, but it's just stuck in a perpetual turn. Not because it can't control itself, but because it cannot, the AI is trying to get around to where it can shoot that A-20 Havoc, and it can't. The Havoc is simply too nimble. I would say it's one of the most nimble, if not the most nimble fighter I've seen in this entire tournament so far. I mean, just watch this thing. Watch it. It didn't go 100 meters before it made a complete 180-degree turn and came back. The only reason it's not doing anything right now is because I think it's got a minimum attack altitude, so it won't nose down too far for that T-33, which has pulled itself back out of the water. So again, I'll give it another chance. The hydrofoil design on it is very, very smart. I like that. I haven't seen anyone else try to do that in this tournament. Magma certainly prepared for everything, or at least he thought he did. I don't think he or anyone else prepared for this madness. A tight turning tank of a plane with four, let's call them 88mm frag rounds loaded in the nose every time you face it. It just scoots around. It's not particularly fast either. It's really, I think the T-33 actually is faster. Magma did tell me he has an incredible amount of speed in that thing, but speed doesn't matter when your opponent can turn on a dime. All you do is blow by them, they turn around behind you, blow pieces of you off, you turn around to get them, they're already turned back around to hit you from the front. The T-33 has only had one clear shot in both matches, and that's at the start of the round after its first turn, and both times it has been unable to capitalize on that for whatever reason. It does not want to nose down or nose up or do what it needs to do in order to get that shot off. That said, the T-33 is not out of this round. I've been talking about it like it's out of it. It's not. It's climbed back into the air and is trying to shoot the A-20 Havoc. It almost got it there. I mean, we still have a fight, ladies and gentlemen. That T-33 is tougher than it looks. It was only out last round because it was so badly damaged it couldn't pull itself out of the water, or what? Maybe the circumstances, maybe the waves were too high. I don't know. Oh, but that might be it. That's that's a huge chunk of blocks that just came flying off the T-33. Just one of those frags hitting something like this, just smash it to ribbons, and it looked like a good part of 10 or 12 frags hit it. And I'm going to say, based on how few Dead Blades pieces are remaining in the back, that this is the end of the T-33. It simply does not have enough lift being generated by its... oh my goodness. Magma, whatever else you may... whatever misgivings you... sorry, I can't English. Whatever misgivings you may have about this fighter, I'm just going to say right now, it is tough. It's probably one of the most persistent aircraft I've seen. Maybe second only to the Axe, which actually dove for its prey. Of course, yours will not be diving for anything soon. It will be diving only to its final rest. I'm sorry, man. That monster right there is terrifying. Oh my goodness, is it going to come back up? This thing refuses to go down. This thing is amazing. I love this. I mean, I hate it. I know that the T-33 is going to lose now. Oh well, it might actually get a shot here. Come on, get one shot. Get one shot, buddy. Come on. Yes! It's the first shot for the T-33 on, I kid you not, less than 10 dead blade pieces, and they're not even symmetrical, but it doesn't care. It's got those, I think what's happening is every time it hits the ocean, those rear foils in the back are popping it up just enough for that propeller. Yep, see what's happening? It's going to hit that water. The propeller's going to drive it in, and the foils are going to slowly lift it back up till it stands on its tail like this. Can it do it this time? It might be over now. It managed to get itself popped up right in the last few times, but I don't think it can. It's tilting too far to the left. Trying to chase that A-20. If it can do this for a second, it might pop up, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I think the T-33 has found its final resting place, but it did get a shot at the A-20. I don't know if it even left a mark. Nope. No visible damage done to the A-20. Oh, it has aerofoils, hydrofoils too. Look at that. Oh, did the wings? Do the wheels fold? Oh no, they're turning. Those are turn wheels. Jim, are you so silly? Why you put turn wheels on your aircraft? Don't you know they're not supposed to do that? Where is it? Oh man. I hate to do it, but I have to call this fight, guys. This is like watching a puppy getting kicked around now. The A-20 is owning this battle, has owned this battlefield since I started the first round. And the T-33, as game as it is, just cannot. It physically cannot compete with that. That thing turns far too quickly. Both beautiful aircraft, both very unique in their own way, but only one can be the winner, and that one is the A-20 Havoc. Just as deadly, and I think probably going to be as legendary as its real life counterpart. Thank you guys for watching. I have been Chromoid, and this is the Warbirds Tournament. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.